Hi, this is Warren Carr for Blind Android Users Podcast. Today I will be unboxing the Pixel 5a that was announced last week. Mine just got here, and unlike many, I am not interested in focusing on the box. I am more interested in focusing in what is in the box. In other words, it's the phone that I'm focused on. Let us though go through some of the specs and give you a recap of what the specs of this phone are. So this phone is running the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G, and it has 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, 6.34 screen size, and on the back of the phone there are a couple cameras. There's a 16 megapixel ultra wide camera and a 12 megapixel regular camera. For those of you that like taking selfies, in the front we are equipped with an 8 megapixel punch hole camera. When it comes to battery, there's a 4680 milliamp battery powering this device, and there's an 18 watt wired charging. Those are the main specs of this phone. I will now grab my pocket knife and open up that box. Let's see what we got. All right, there we go. All right, got the box open. All right, and the box is typical of any Pixel. If you've ever had a Pixel device, same idea. At the bottom, little tear off, so you could tear off the little thing that is holding the box together, so you can open the box. I just did that, and now I'm going to pull the top of the box off. There's that gorgeous phone sitting in there and saying hello. I typically would have both a tempered glass and a case ready for my phone, but the one I ordered has not arrived. But I thought I'll just go ahead and unbox this phone anyway. So there's the phone, and it only comes in black, so I got a black one. And of course it's lying in the box with its back facing out. So the camera there is on the top right hand corner, and slightly below that in the middle is the fingerprint reader. And that's it. Of course, everything is the same. You got a headphone jack on the top and your power and volume keys on the right side of the phone. I believe it has some charge, so I'm going to turn it on. Like I said, I'm not interested in what is in the box, because I know it does have the charger. Yep, there's the charging block in there, and this is probably the last one that Google is giving us, as the Pixel 6 is not going to be having one. So I have that 18 watt charger in there. Now I'm going to turn the phone on. And by the way, this thing comes running Android 11. And just imagine that either at the end of next month or early October, we will be getting Android 12. Google should have just waited, because when I get Android 12, it's going to be counting against me as receiving an OS update. So I'm not very sure about that. Anyway, so it is coming on. I hope I have enough battery on there. And since it's running Android 11, one could either enable accessibility by either holding the 2 volume keys or by simply putting down 2 fingers on the face of the screen and enable accessibility that way. And by the way, even though the phone is metallic, because of the coating, you would think it's plastic. All right, I'm going to hold down my 2 volume keys. Or actually, I'm going to try the 2-finger hold down instead, see what happens. Putting my 2 fingers down.
Continue touching the screen until you hear a beep to enable accessibility mode. Talkback tutorial.
And by the way, I haven't peeled off the covering on the face of the phone, so you may be hearing it a little bit muffled because I want that thing clean so that when I get my tempered glass, hopefully next week, early next week, then I'll just put it on. So I'm not peeling off that plastic from the face of the phone. Of course, it brings up the talkback tutorial. I'm going to find the exit and exit out of that. Now at the bottom left is the back key. I'm going to tap on that back key to exit out of this talkback tutorial.
Back button, out of list, navigation bar. Hi there. Language, English, United States button. Double tap to activate.
I tapped on the back button and I am now in the main UI, that is the startup wizard, where I could now set up the phone. By default, of course, it's running English United States, so I'm just going to tap on the get started or whatever the case may be.
Start button. Double tap to activate.
And the start button is at the bottom right.
Connect to mobile network. If you have a SIM card, insert it now.
I don't have a SIM card, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try to use eSIM instead.
Download a SIM instead, add a number using eSIM. The SIM card tray is located on the top left edge of your phone. Use the SIM ejection tool that comes with your phone to eject the tray and insert a nano SIM card. Once you insert your SIM card, it may take a few seconds to activate.
I believe that I find where the SIM tray is. It's on the left side of the device toward the bottom. So like almost toward the bottom is the SIM card tray. To be sure, even though I'm absolutely certain that this is what it is, I'm going to grab a little SIM ejector that I have in my drawer and pop it out to be sure. Let's see what I find. All right, I will now put in my SIM ejection tool here. Yep, there it is. There it is. I just popped the SIM card tray out. The SIM card tray reminds me of that one found in the Nexus 6 phone, except that it has a little enclosure. It is not all the way open like that you find on the Nexus 6. So I'll put it back. So now I'm going to tap on the download eSIM instead.
Download a SIM instead, add a number using eSIM. Double tap to activate. Download your SIM. Connect to your mobile network by downloading the info that's usually on a SIM card. This replaces standard SIM cards and is just as safe.
All right, so I'm going to find the next and tap on it, so it will take me to the list of wireless networks from which I will choose my wireless network.
Next button. Double tap to activate. Connect to Wi-Fi. Connect to Wi-Fi in list.
And mine is called the Mesh.
The Mesh Wi-Fi Signal Full Secure Network. Showing password keyboard. The Mesh. Editing, password, edit box.
And now I'm going to mute and put in my password and I'll be right back. I just finished typing in my password to my Wi-Fi and I will now tap on connect.
Connect button. Connect to Wi-Fi. The Mesh saved Wi-Fi signal full secure network in list. Symbol keyboard hidden. Getting your phone ready. This may take a few minutes. Gboard updating your typing experience. Service updating digital well-being, checking network info. Confirm your network.
On this screen, I'll be choosing my provider, and here are the list of providers that support the eSIM.
AT&T in list. Google Fi. Sprint. T-Mobile. Verizon. Use a different network. Double tap to activating in a store. If a representative asks for your read, you can.
So that's the list, and mine is the Google Fi. So I'll find the Google file, which is like the second one, and tap on it.
Sprint in list. Google Fi. Double tap to activate. Android setup. Just a sec. Android setup. Just a sec.
Man, that
Just a sec.
vibration
Data
is
transfer
strong.
available or in progress. Copy apps and data. You can choose to transfer your apps, photos, contacts, Google account, and more.
What we have here is either done copy or tap next. The done copy is at the bottom left and the next is at the bottom right. I will tap on next.
Next button. Use your old phone.
On this screen, we're told to use our old phone, but I'm going to tap on can't use old phone, which is found at the bottom left.
Can't use old phone button.
Tap on this.
Alert restore data without old phone. You can restore more data, including photos and videos, if you use your old phone. To restore data without your old phone, sign in with your username and password on the next screen.
And I'm going to tap on OK, which is in the middle of the phone on the right edge.
OK button. Just a sec. Android setup. Just a sec. Account setup. Checking info. Google Play services. Checking info. Sign in with your Google account. Learn more. Sign in. Sign in with your Google account. Learn more. Web view.
This is where you sign in with your Google account, and I'm going to pull out my other phone and keep it handy because I'm going to be using the two-step verification and have it send me the authentication to my other phone. And this is when I type in my email and password. I'll be right back. I'm going to use my other phone now.
Just for no, it's not me. Button.
Double tap.
Yes, no, it's yes. Button. Yes. Button.
All right, I tapped on yes, and it should be signing me in.
People who have your number will be able to connect with you across Google services, for example via video calls and messages.
And I don't care.
Google will
And here you could either tap yes or skip. Basically, hey, can I use your phone number? Identify you, blah, blah, blah. I tap skip for now. Next
we publish the Google terms of service so that you know what to expect as you
is all that agreement, and there's a I agree or I'm in toward the bottom on the right hand edge.
I agree button.
I agree.
Getting account info. Android setup. Just a sec. Just a sec. Restore data from an old phone. Restore data from an old phone. In list 8 items.
I am now on the page from which I could pick a device from which to restore my apps and things like that. And I heard there are 8 items. I'm going to see what I have. I got.
Choose a backup below. Google Pixel 2 XL backup 7 days ago. 3 Google Pixel 4 backup 1 hour ago. 9:15. Google Pixel XL backup August 13th. 11. Google Pixel 4 backup July 20th. 8. Google Pixel 4 backup July. Motorola Nexus 6 backup July 4th. 8:39 p.m.
I'm going to choose the one from my Google Pixel 4, which was an hour ago.
Google Pixel 4 backup 1 hour ago. 9:15 a.m. Confirm your old Google Pixel 4 screen lock. To decrypt your backup, enter your old phone's screen lock on the next screen.
So when you tap on the next at the bottom right corner, it's going to ask for your PIN that you have on that device.
Next button. Showing numeric password keyboard. Confirm your old Google Pixel 4 screen lock. Editing, password, edit box.
I do want to mention here in passing that I actually like the responsiveness of the keyboard on this phone. And I will now put in my PIN and I'll be right back. I just finished putting in my PIN, and above the keyboard on the right hand corner, there's the confirm or there's a done button at the bottom of the keyboard. I'm going to tap on the one that says done.
Done. Numeric password keyboard hidden. Choose what to restore. Choose what to restore. Heading in list.
We are now on a page with a list of apps that we could restore from. And you can choose the ones that you want or simply tap restore at the bottom right corner and it will restore all that you have. In my case, I have been trimming down and let's see how many apps I have.
Choose what to restore. 9.5 gigabytes of 114 gigabytes. Heading.
So I got about 9.5 gigs of apps.
Synced automatically. Double photos and videos, view in Google, Gmail, Calendar, and Drive. Choose what to restore. Apps, all 320.
So we have all apps 321 and
Check contacts, checkbox.
your contacts
Double tap to check device settings, checkbox.
and the device settings are also checked. So now I'm simply going to tap on restore.
Restore button out of completing setup Google Play. Restoring. You can continue setting up your Pixel. Restoring. Android setup. Collapsed backup to Google Drive. Easily restore your data or switch devices at any time. Your backup includes apps, app data, call history, contacts, device settings, including Wi-Fi passwords and permissions, and SMS. Your backups are securely encrypted and uploaded to Google. For some data, your device's screen lock pin, pattern, or password is used for enhanced protection.
And then below that we have the one about location.
Collapsed. Use location. Allow apps and services with location permission to use your device's location. Google may collect location data periodically and use this data in an anonymous way to improve location accuracy and location-based services.
There's a check mark or switch to the right of that on the right edge of the phone, which by default is turned on. I'm going to uncheck that, or I'm going to turn off that switch for now and then give permission as I so wish as to giving them a blanket approval. I'm going to turn that off.
Off. Showing items 1.
All right.
Collapsed. Allow scanning. Allow apps and services to scan for Wi-Fi networks and nearby devices at any time, even when Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is off. Off switch for allow scanning. Disabled.
That one is off and is disabled because it is dependent on the one about location above that I have turned off. So that one is turned off. The next one after that talks about scanning is the one that we have that says
Collapsed. Send usage and diagnostic data. Help improve your Android device experience by automatically sending diagnostic, device, and app usage data to Google. This will help battery life, system and app stability, and other improvements. Some aggregate data will also help Google apps and partners, such as Android developers. If your additional web and app activity setting is turned on, this data may be saved to your Google account.
And there's a checkbox or switch to the right of that, and it's up to you to turn it off or leave it on.
On switch for send usage and diagnostic data.
And at the bottom right there is the accept.
Accept button out of list. Additional legal terms. By clicking I accept, you agree to the Google Terms of Service and the Google Device Arbitration Agreement. Note the Google Privacy Policy describes how your data is handled.
All right, at the bottom right again is the accept.
I accept button. Android setup. Just a sec. SIM manager. Checking network info.
And now it's checking my SIM to make sure that I am actually registered on the site or with the carrier.
Progress. Google Fi not fully activated. Tap to finish activation. Activating.
All right.
Set up your number. Your Fi service is currently associated with a different device. To set up your number on this phone, first make this your primary device.
So in this case, I'm going to say,
Don't move number button. You won't get calls and texts on this phone.
I'm going to say don't move number because right now I don't have a case or tempered glass, so I'm going to say don't move.
Alert, you won't be able to get calls and texts on this phone unless you make it your primary device. If you change your mind later on, you can make this your primary device at any time. Cancel button.
All right, so in the middle of the phone, on the left, in the middle, is the cancel, and to the right of that will be the confirm and exit. I will tap on that confirm and exit.
Confirm and exit setup button. Additional legal terms. I accept button.
All right.
Android setup. Just a sec. Android setup. Just a sec. Showing numeric password keyboard. Set screen lock. Editing pin edit box.
We are now on the screen that we'll choose a pin, and that's for our security. And you can choose not to, but I always do. So I'm going to put in my pin. I will mute for just a sec.
Bullet.
I just finished typing my pin again, and now I'll tap on done at the bottom right corner of the phone.
9. Next.
Next, rather.
Unlock with pixel imprint. Numeric password keyboard hidden. Use your fingerprint to unlock your phone or approve purchases. Note, your fingerprint may be less secure than a strong pattern or pin.
And here we are at the fingerprint, and you can skip that. There's a skip on the bottom left or next on the bottom right. I'm going to add a fingerprint, so I'll tap on next at the bottom right corner.
Next button. Touch the sensor. It's on the back of your phone. Use your index finger. Lift, then touch again. Put your finger on the sensor and lift after you feel a vibration. Fingerprint added. When you see this icon, use your fingerprint for identification or to approve purchases.
Now at the bottom right is the next, or there's an add another on the bottom left. I'll tap on add another.
Add another button. Lift, then touch again.
All right.
Fingerprint added.
Fingerprint added. I'm just going to click on next for now.
Next button. Android setup. Just a sec. Continue setup. Keep going to get your phone fully set up. Or leave now and get a reminder to finish later.
I will tap on the continue toward the bottom, found in the middle.
Continue button. Android setup. Just a sec. Your assistant will be right with you. Google. Google Assistant logo. Voice match enrollment.
And this is about the voice assistant. I'm going to tap on next.
I agree button. Voice match enrollment.
Rather, I agree.
Your assistant can already recognize your voice.
All right, so now I'll tap on continue or next at the bottom right corner.
You can view or next button. Android setup. Just a sec. Google. Confirm a few quick details and you'll be all set to make fast, secure payments with your phone. Google Pay.
Okay.
Skip button. Next button.
For now, though, I'll click on skip.
Skip button. Anything else? Set up a few more things now or find them later in settings.
Okay, and here it has to do with things like notifications and adding other email accounts and things like that.
Keep display always on, row 2. Control info on lock screen, row 3, column 1.
I'm going to tap here and make sure that it has kept my setting, which says I don't want any notification showing at all on my lock screen.
Lock screen. How do you want the lock screen to display? Not checked. Show sensitive content only when unlocked. Radio button 2 of 3. In checked. Don't show notifications at all. Radio button 3 of 3.
It kept my setting that says do not show anything at all. So I'll just tap on next at the bottom.
Done button out of list.
Rather, done.
Anything else? Control info on lock screen.
All right, I'll just go to done or next.
Done for now button out of grid.
Done for now.
Just a sec. Get more tips and tricks. Stay up to date on Google's hardware products and related features, services, and offers. Plus, receive invitations to help improve Google hardware products and related services. Learn more. For support, updates, and more, go to settings greater than support.
I already have subscribed to it, so I could either tap yes or no thanks.
Yes, I'm in button.
That is yes, I'm in.
Completing setup, Google Play. Getting your phone ready. This may take a few minutes. Introduction to navigation gestures.
And now we're at the introduction to the navigation gestures.
Go home. Swipe up from the bottom of your screen. This gesture always takes you to the home screen. Next button. Switch apps. Next 2 of 4. Switch apps. Swipe up from the bottom of your screen, hold, then release.
Go to next.
Next button. Go back. Next 3 of 4.
That's swiping from left or right edge to go back.
To go back to the last screen, swipe towards the middle from the left or right edge.
Okay.
Next button. Ask your Google Assistant. Next 4 of 4.
That's the swiping from the bottom left or right corner. We'll go next or done.
Next button. Device unlocked. All set. All set.
And now
Swipe up to get started.
I'm going to swipe up to go home.
Pixel Launcher. Welcome to your new Pixel. Service, updating digital well-being.
And it says, welcome to my new Pixel.
Tap for tips.
You can tap there for tips, which is near the top.
Home screen 1 of 1. Smoke, 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
And I'm told it's at 70 degrees and we do have smoke in the air. And so that's it about setting up your device. And right now it's just going to be installing my apps and things like that. And there's no need for me to go into the system settings and all of that and show anything there because everything is the same as with any other Pixel phone. And that has been our Pixel 5a
Google Contacts
journey.
syncing 981 contacts.